Uranium has risen steadily since last April, marking the end of a 7-year bear market. Marcelo Lopez from L2 Capital says that uranium has become the single best investment opportunity in markets. He joins us now to explain why. Marcelo, great to have you on board. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, let's kick it off with uranium prices because, as we mentioned, they have recovered pretty well recently, or certainly over the last 12 months, ending that 7-year bear market. What is it? They're up about 40% since the lows in 2018. Perhaps you can just paint a bit of a picture as to what's been happening in the uranium market over the last 12 months.
Sure, my pleasure. So yeah, uranium has been up by around 40% since the lows of last April. And I think it's still a very early stage of a long-term bull market, especially because it has dropped 90%. So if you look into a big picture, it's only up, it's only down 86% since the high. So there's still a long way to go for it to recover. And basically the case for uranium is a commodity that's being traded at pretty much half the cost of production. And demand has never been high, and supply it's going down. So for me, it's a very obvious case of a commodity that will go up in the future.
Like any commodity, I suppose it is driven by supply and demand, and seems like that's exactly what's been going on with uranium. Why are we seeing so much demand? Where is all that demand coming from?
Sure. Listen, today we have the largest number of reactors in operation around the world. 20% of the energy produced in the United States comes from nuclear. Over 70% of the energy in France is nuclear. China is investing heavily in this sector. They are building 15 reactors as we speak. So it's Russia, China, South Korea, and Japan is restarting its reactors. So it has restarted 9 already, and there are 17 on the pipeline.
Because a lot of reactors came offline, didn't they, after the Fukushima disaster back in 2011?
All of them, yes.
So all of them, there haven't been a lot in operation. I imagine a lot of those, though, as you say, coming back online,
sure.
And that should start to support that demand growth.
Sure, and that's actually what triggered the bear market, because once Japan, which was the second largest buyer of uranium, stopped buying and started selling some of its inventory, prices collapsed, together with the megatons to megawatt program. So there was an abundance of uranium, and it makes the price go down really badly.
Sure.
But now we are seeing the price, there are many cuts in supply now, many mines shutting down, and the price is starting to react to it. But we are still see the utilities as being very not concerned at all about the price, and I think they should be at this stage.
So what do you see 2019 presenting for uranium prices? Do you think the future does look bright or continues to look bright from here?
Sure. I think in the long term we're going to see uranium prices much higher than what they are now. They have to. Again, the commodity is trading today at around $29 a pound, and they should be trading at around $60. So producers can recover the cost of capital. So the price has to go up. Now, how much they're going to go up in 2019, if they will, I honestly don't know. But in the next few years, I'm sure it will have to go up. Otherwise, mines will just shut down, and there won't be more nuclear energy.
Electric vehicle adoption, I'm sure that's probably been a large part of all of this. Tesla, when we sort of bring it back and relate it to individual stocks, Tesla's been one of those that we often look at, isn't it, in the sector there. It's often been the only one in the sector, certainly in the past. There's much more competition now, but in the past it was sort of trading on its own. It was being subsidised by governments and so forth, and still wasn't making a lot of money, I suppose. What's your outlook on a stock like Tesla?
Well, we are very bearish on Tesla. It shocks me that the stock is trading at 300 still. It's the company had a good idea, which is electric vehicles, but it has a 15-year run without any competition, as you pointed out. And still was able to lose money in every single year. And I'm talking about billions of dollars. And it has government subsidies and all that. Now, this year, in 2018, the competition started to pick up. So we have Audi launching the e-tron, Porsche is going to launch Mission E now in 2019. It's a fantastic car. Mercedes is launching electric cars in 2019. Actually, everyone is launching electric cars. Volvo, Toyota, Daimler, Aston Martin, absolutely everyone. And right now, Tesla's subsidies have got cut by half because we enter a new year. They have produced over 200,000 cars in the US. right at the time that the competition will start and get the subsidies. So
yes.
I think they're going to crush Tesla.
Why haven't they been able to capitalise on that market, though, when they had the opportunity to do so? Was it mismanagement? Were there other factors at play?
Well, I don't know. Tesla wouldn't have been a great company if they have stayed as a niche company, making cars for a specific public. Once they started to do mass cars, I think that's when things turn south.
Yeah. So you're short on Tesla?
Big time.
Okay. What about here in Australia locally? If you were looking to gain exposure to uranium, how would you go about doing that?
Well, I like a couple of stocks here. I like Boss Resources. I like Bannerman Resources too. But most of my exposure is obviously in the US and Canada.
Mm-hmm. And any other stocks that you're watching at the moment that you have a short, long call on?
Well, Netflix again, we were negative. Apple, we were negative. We wrote a long piece about Apple in July, at the end of July, when we start buying puts. Same with Netflix, and they're working well just fine. I think the bubble is starting to bust now.
Yeah. All right, fantastic. Look, on that note, Marcelo, I won't go too much. I know that uranium is your specialty, so really appreciate you joining us with all of that analysis today. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
That was Marcelo Lopez there from L2 Capital, taking us across the outlook for uranium markets in 2019.